boom, because I do that all the time, forget to press record. But so if we're talking about today's, since today is the moon is in Capricorn, let's see how it feels, right? Let's see if we can line up with the energy of Capricorn moons, or even though we're not Capricorn moons, right? I'm a Pisces moon. Leslie, you are what's your moon sign? Gemini moon. And Sherry, what's your moon?
Libra.
So you see, none of us got Capricorn moon signs, but that still don't mean you don't feel it. It still doesn't mean that you don't go through it. We still go through these energy shifts because the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So every time the moon shifts, because we are mainly water, you're gonna feel it. Okay. Oh no, my neighborhood dogs are starting to act crazy right now. So you start to feel it. So keywords, let's call this thing out. What is some of the energy that you're feeling emotionally for today? First word come to your head. Don't overthink it.
Well, I felt like a range. This morning I was tired. I felt defeated. I didn't want to do anything, but I went to the gym. So then afterwards I felt like accomplished. Okay. And that made me like want to get more. That helped me to get more things done at work as well. I felt more productive.
Mm-hmm. So you went from feeling tired and defeated to feeling accomplished and productive. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Okay, Leslie, what's your keywords?
I'm like, yesterday was overwhelmed, and today is more like stable and manageable.
Okay. So manageable and stable. Okay. But you say yesterday felt like what?
Like overwhelmed. Like I was losing my shit yesterday.
Overwhelming. Okay. All right, perfect. For me today, I felt withdrawn. Okay. I felt withdrawn. I felt a little cold, and not cold in the sense of temperature cold. I felt energetically cold. Felt like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't deal with people today, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to go on social media, which I never want to go on social media, but not really want to go on social media, meaning like even not just for myself to post, but not even want to go on to check in. So I felt very just like motivated to get things done, but not necessarily sociable in a sense, right? So I felt like I had this level of like, okay, this needs to get done. Definitely the new moon energy of tomorrow. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like this is a really powerful portal that we're in. And because it is, it makes me almost feel like what eclipse makes me feel like. When we're in eclipse energy, I feel like I don't necessarily be wanting to do too much. I don't be wanting to really talk to nobody. I be like, listen, I just want to kind of stay to myself and see what energy comes up for me. Okay, so that's what I felt. The reason why I'm calling this out is because, again, even though we do not have Capricorn moon signs, we still are subjected to the moon signs. So every month, even though we may not be touching on your moon sign, it's really important for you to also know the characteristics and energies of all the moon signs, so that when the moon shifts, and you can start to see how it corresponds to your energy, you can start to have like a moon journal. So this is one of the things that I recommend men to do if they want to start to see their menstrual cycles, right? Because men do have cycles. They just don't bleed, but they definitely have emotional cycles. And if they spend time writing down the keywords and the things that come up for them as the moon signs shift, they can start to pinpoint what part of the month that they start to feel emotionally overwhelmed, or that they're, you know, kind of feeling a little bit not as stable. And it's the same way for us. So even though we have moon signs, our moon sign is also really heavily governed by the moon sign energy. So meaning your menstrual and how your menstrual works, if you start to write down, like for one whole year, I wrote down every month what moon sign my cycle was coming on. And what it started to let me see was some of the things that I needed to work on inside of my vibrational energy. It let me see what type of emotional stuff that I was working on. There was one year when I first started doing it where it seemed like my cycle was always fine in the Pisces moon. And I did not like it because it was making me extra emotional. It was making me like I want to just completely withdraw from things. And I started to notice the patterns. I'm like, why am I having my moon cycles during my Pisces moon? Like, this can't be fair. Like, come on, universe, what's going on? But I realized that I was learning how to detach. Okay. So the reason why my moon cycle kept coming on the same vibration, it would either be, even if it was not on the Pisces moon, it would be like Aries moon or Aquarius moon, either before Pisces moon coming in or as Pisces moon has come and was going out. So as we go through this year, going through these moon signs, I want you guys to keep a moon journal. Okay. I want you to start writing down how you're feeling, especially on these big moons. I like the moon that's happening tomorrow. Like, write down the keywords. That's all you got to do. Write down the date and the keywords on a calendar. So like, for example, this is a little small version of a little wall calendar, but something like this, right? And what you'll do is just kind of write in like a couple of keywords. So when you start to go back and look at this for the year, or decide that you just kind of want to look at what's been going on, you can go and see how your moon has been showing up from an astrological perspective. Okay. Not just whether or not it's 28, 26, 7 days, 5 days. No. What characteristics is your moon cycle really showing you about the moon? Okay. So I wanted to touch on that before we start to get into just the class. So that's what we're going to really be spending a lot of time on this year. We're still going to have our new moon and our full moon classes that we've been having from last year, but this is just going to be an extra class so that we can really start to really pour deep into our emotional cycles and really start to look at what's really going on when we look at a deeper aspect of the light and dark energy of the moon signs. Okay. All right. So let's jump. Any questions before we jump in? Okay. Remember y'all keywords, because again, they're going to come back up in a minute. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. So first things first, we're going to talk about just what is a moon sign. Okay. Now, of course, y'all know, because y'all been working with me, but for the people who are going to be watching this playback or whatever, for the new people or the people who are on YouTube or whatever, we're going to also do it for them. It's going to be a review for y'all. So meaning, like, whenever we're talking about moon sign, we are talking about emotions. Okay. We're talking about your emotional energy. On top of the fact, we're also talking about what was going on with your mother at the point in when she gave birth to you. What I mean is, whatever your moon sign is what the moon sign was the day of your birth, meaning that your mother also was dealing with this level of emotional energy. Okay. So not just you, the family, the women in the family was dealing with this, okay, with this particular energy. So if you want to know, like, what was going on for your mom, or how she was feeling, or whether or not she was dealing with this from a real heavy emotional perspective, your moon sign gives all the energy to that, okay? So when we talk about this energy, we're talking about the polar opposite energy to the sun. Hey, Climax, how you doing? I know you muted, so you can just chat if you want to. You don't have to say nothing if you don't want to.
I'm good. Hey.
Hey, honey. All right. So it's the polar opposite, right, of the energy, meaning that when we talk about the moon sign of the moon energy, is literally just reflecting what's going on with the sun. Okay. Meaning that the reason why the moon energy is such a powerful force is because it works in the night. Okay. It works in the way that our oceans move, the way that our water moves. It's literally the water of the planet. Okay. Which is the water is the emotional energy. So when you're looking at this, we're looking at, the cycles that also go along with, again, the oceans and the tides, the woman's menstrual cycle. And also it says, and the insects that fly by the light of the moon. All of this energy, the moon sign is affected. All right. Now, what primary aspect is the moon governing? Okay. Cancer. So it's primarily the rule of Cancer energy. And anytime we're talking about Cancer, we're talking about the keywords I feel. So this is about your feelings. So when you want to really start to really understand who you are from a feelings, an emotional, or a moody perspective, you can just put the sun sign to the side for a minute. and really dig into the moon sign and your particular moon sign. That's the reason why I posted for this year. If you don't do anything else astrology wise, if you just spend time studying your moon sign, you'll be ahead of the game. The reason why is because your moon energy governs your decisions and it governs how you react. Okay, so if something is going on, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing, your moon sign is the energy that's going to step in and take place and give you what you need to do. So if you have one of those moon signs, especially a watery moon is going to be one of the ones that's going to be affected the most, meaning that whatever is going on from a negative perspective or a not so good perspective, and you do have a water sign as a moon sign energy, me being Pisces, you're going to be affected the most, meaning it could make you cry. You may cry about it. Why? Because you got the watery energy. If you someone who has a air sign in your moon energy and something is going on from a negative perspective, you're more prone to run. You're more prone to just get ghosts. I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to escape however I can, whether it be I escape in my mind, which is a heavy place where the air signs escape, or whether I escape just by, being all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here today, over there tomorrow, right? If you are an earth sign, you may tend to get to your emotions and then want to escape through things such as like comfort. So that could be food or staying stuck in a house or doing things in the house, right? Things that involve more stability perspective, going outside and being in nature or being stuck in that particular spectrum. Don't really want to come inside. So it's just learning how to deal with the emotional energy and knowing the triggers of it, okay? If you're looking at this from a fire perspective, the fire sign energy can emote several different ways. It's definitely, if it's dealing with an Aries moon, you gonna definitely get some hooping and hollering, okay, in one way or the other. Even if it ain't a physical hooping hollering, it's gonna be a crying, it's gonna be some tears, it's gonna be a fight, okay? So understand that these energies show up because they're showing you how you emote. Again, it's important that you know your moon sign, because depending on where you are in your emotions also determine what type of decisions that you make. So what I mean is you can be a billionaire. You can be a very successful person according to your chart. But if you do not have a good gauge of your emotional energy and don't know your moon sign, don't know your moon cycles, which is what we talked about at the beginning of class, which is start writing down the keywords that's going along with these moon cycles so you can start to see what's going on. But especially on the days that you know the moon is going to be in your sign, okay? So that happens once, sometimes twice a month that'll happen. So when that energy goes on, you want to look at this as a power day. On the power days, aka your moon sign days, those are the days that you're supposed to be doing emotional things. What do I mean? Clearing your emotions, purging them, studying yourself, you know what I'm saying? Looking at ways in which you can mature even more. Okay, so another question may be, well, Gigi, how do I know where the moon signs are? You can literally go to Moonseek, okay? So this right here, horoscopes.astro/seek.com. I'll put it in the replay, so when you guys get your email, it'll be there, because this is something that you should definitely just go to every day, all right? When you go to it, if you just click on AstroSeek, it'll pull up with this kind of beautiful thing. It goes into birth charts. Like, it's another tool that you can use to study, right? But I primarily use this when I want to look at the charts for the day, or if I want to look at the moon phases, right? So if I click on moon phase calendar, it's going to tell me exactly where the moon is, okay? Based on the energy portal of the day, right? So today is the 20th. You'll see Friday the 20th. The moon is in Capricorn. It gives you indicational energy of what that feeling is like when the moon is in Capricorn. You might have a strong need for being useful to the society, and you look for justification in the outside world. You may underestimate what you want for yourself and for want from yourself and for yourself. Shyness may be accompanied by resentment. Do you seek the approval of the outside? So it's giving you a mini reading as well on how your emotions could be feeling. Okay, this don't mean it has to be exact to what you got going on. It's just giving you a range of how the Capricorn moon can make you feel. Okay, but all of it is below here. And if you want to know the exact point of where the moon is in your location, you go up here and where it says change to your local time, click on that, put in your date and your time, and it's going to again give you the output of where the moon is currently. It's going to give you that in degrees, the actual phase of it, and give you a mini reading. Okay, so when you're studying moon signs this year, this is going to be your friend. You should always know what the moon sign is, okay? Meaning always know where your moon sign is. Now, if you want to calculate your moon sign power days, you want to also look at this lunar calendar and go in and circle where your moon sign days are. So for me, moon in Pisces. So I'll see Pisces moon is going to be on January 24th. January 24th and 25th is going to come in to the sign of Pisces on the 23rd at 12:36 p.m. You see that? So y'all want to go on and do the same thing. Start to write down a circle where your moon sign is in each month, so you'll know where your power days are. So I know my power days for this month is January 24th and 25th. It's the perfect day for me to work on my emotions. Now, along with this too is, with this breakdown, is organs that are affected by the moon sign. Now, if you've been coming to class, you know every month that we talk about class, we always talk about how this affects our body, right? Because astrology is not just a physical out there perspective, it's this. Every aspect correlates to a body part, okay? So it's telling you where you might be having some potential issues in your body. With this being said, if you know that we're having a Pisces moon, right? And you're having some issues going on with your feet and your toes, or anything from that whole bottom part, your ankle, all that going down, right? You know that this energy has everything to do with the Aquarius/Pisces energy, meaning that the ankles is the last point of when it goes into Pisces. So anything dealing with the feet is your Pisces placements trying to get your attention. In my regard, it'll be my emotions trying to get my attention, right? And my Mars. I have Mars in Pisces, and I also have Moon in Pisces. So these things are trying to get my attention. That's why I'm having the pains. So when you go to see where your Pisces placements are, and if you're having something to deal with that energy, then you know that's the conversation you need to be having with yourself. Okay? Y'all got me? So y'all understand what a moon sign is, right? We know what moon signs are. We know what they govern in our chart. We know what they govern in our body, our emotions, okay? So now let's get into the characteristics of Capricorn moon, okay? Wait a minute. All right, so if y'all follow me on Facebook, I posted a little bit about this today, right? Which is when we talk about Capricorn and moon, we have to first talk about Capricorn, right? We have to talk about what Capricorn is to us, how it shows up for us in our chart. What are the keywords? Everything that we deal with when it comes down to astrology and this math is keywords, okay? Meaning that you're feeling something. That feeling that you're feeling right now is the keyword, right? So earlier I asked everybody what was they feeling for today, right? Sherry said that she felt initially tired and defeated, and then she moved into being accomplished and feeling like she was really productive. Well, if you look at some of the characteristic words that goes along with, let me slide this over too. Some of the words that goes along with the Capricorn traits, right? Ambitious, disciplined, confident, right? Faithful, loyal, tolerant, helpful, sincere, practical, right? But it also deals with structure, traditions, discipline, you know what I'm saying? Being responsible. So that initial energy that you felt when you was feeling tired and defeated, right, had everything to do with the negative side of that Capricorn energy. That's what you was initially feeling. You was feeling the energy that was going against the Capricorn energy. But when you got up and worked out, which one of the most favorite things for Capricorn, but earth signs in general. So Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. When they get up and go work out, you can't touch them. The reason why you can't touch them is because they've already worked out all the stress. all the energy that tends to come on the world as a whole, when the earth signs go and apply that physical body workout to it, it takes all the stress away. So that's why you went from feeling all the stress, all the stuff that we all naturally feel when it comes down to an emotion. You worked it out. You took it and moved it into a disciplined perspective. And when you did, look at what came up after it. Productivity. I feel like I got stuff done. That's classic Capricorn energy, right? So we use Leslie's, right? So she said yesterday she felt overwhelmed. Overwhelming definitely was probably when yesterday I think that the moon sign was in Capricorn too. Let's go and check our thing just to make sure, right? So it was in Sagittarius up until 2:12 p.m. So whatever you felt after that was it before 2:12 or after 2:12, right?
It was before.
Before 2:12. So it started off with your Sagittarius energy trying to talk to you, right? The Sag moon saying, hey, we got to have some conversation with the Sag sun. And then right after that, the Capricorn moon came in and says, okay, well, let's be practical about this and let's get that done. You know what I'm saying? Because then you felt more manageable. You felt
That's
more
crazy
stable.
because I went and I bought a notebook and some pens. Like I was losing my shit. So I went and I bought a notebook and some pens to map out what the fuck is the problem and how do I get out of it.
AKA you went and tapped into your structure. So you moved from the Sagittarius energy direct into the Capricorn energy of getting things done. Again, the universe is always talking to you. It's always putting you in a space of realizing what needs to be done. But because sometimes we get too emotional and we don't know what's going on, we all over the place, you miss the opportunity, right? But when you are aware of what's going on, this is what I mean about being in alignment and using the opportunities. Is because when you are aware of what the keywords are and what they're getting you to do or trying to get you to see, you can move into action. You can move into those things and allow yourself to receive because it's trying to get your attention. That's the whole point of it. Okay. When these traits are used, Capricorn keyword, and combined with emotional maturity, Capricorn moons have a profound sense of integrity and authenticity, yes, by demonstrating fortitude and resilience through disappointment. So understand that the Capricorn moon energy, just based on how it dealt with things in early childhood, has dealt with some disappointment. And usually what that does is it makes the Capricorn energy want to withdraw and not necessarily deal with any type of emotional energy. Why? Because it's difficult. It's difficult to deal with, right? But once it learns that that difficulty is making sure that they use it with structure, they use it with discipline, right? They allow it to catapult them into a different social position, meaning that they take the emotional energy and make it productive, which is what Leslie just said you did, what Sherry just said she did today. And what I told y'all I did. I told y'all I was feeling cold and distant, not wanting to necessarily do anything. I wanted to just be by myself and show up for myself. But I knew why that was going on because of the energy that's going on. So what did I do? Structure it into what I wanted to talk about today. I put it into action. This is a classic energy of Capricorn moon. So again, whether or not you have a Capricorn moon or not, every time the moon shifts into Capricorn, the energy of being practical, the energy of being structured and disciplined and knowing what you're doing and how to do it is going to always be one of the things that's going to be tugging on you. And if you ignore it, what shows up in the counterpart of that is feeling all this negative energy. It's feeling like, okay, well, I don't want to deal with my emotions. I'm going to just overwork. Okay, I'm going to be a workaholic. One of the classic things for a Capricorn energy, no matter where it shows up, but especially in the moon energy, right? When it is out of balance, it tends to want to work or overwork. Why? Because it's avoiding the energy of feeling. And when what comes with the energy of overworking is also being too much in the masculine, not trusting the ability to receive. What comes along with that too tends to be some type of overly trying to control situations, okay? Also being disconnected or having some type of turbulent energy as it relates to the masculine energy in your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be a daddy or daddy figure, or whether that be the men that you're dating, having up and down relationship energy, all because you're that masculine energy that you didn't get when you was a child is starting to be overpowering. And when it becomes overpowering, you feel like you're losing grip. And one of the worst things that a Capricorn moon could ever feel is feel like they're losing grip. And when that happens, shut down. It's a pushback. It's a expectations. I don't want to deal with this. I gave this, but I didn't get this back in return. It's whatever it can do to keep it from having to deal with the emotions. Okay. And a lot of that has everything to do with the childhood. It has everything to do with the fact that when Capricorn moon is in their early stages of childhood, usually they have dealt with some type of disappointment. And usually it's by a parent, and usually it's by the daddy. Okay. Meaning that the daddy not being there, daddy being in and out. Whatever the case may be, the Capricorn moon doesn't necessarily get the time and attention to deal with that early on, because they have to grow up fast. They don't have time. And because they don't have the time to be the child, it's how they move into their energy, right? So this is why Capricorn moon sometimes can come off as being cold or being distant, or like they don't let people in. They're some of the most giving people ever. But because they have trust issues early on, it takes them a minute. Takes them a little minute to work some things out. But once they realize that the energy that you come with is matching theirs, and they want to match you on that, you got somebody that's going to be in your life for life. They're not leaving. Why? Because the Capricorns are very loyal. They don't have a large group of people that they hang with. They don't like it. They don't like a lot of people. Only a certain amounts. And them certain amount they like, they hold true to. Okay. So know that again, whether or not this is your moon sign or not, these are the characteristics that you deal with, not only in when it is a Capricorn moon, but you're also going to be dealing with when it's a situation of coming around and it being a vibration, right, of dealing with the Capricorn energy. So however the Capricorn energy shows up, it's the same thing. The only thing is we're moving it through the signs, right? So we're talking about the moon energy, but if we were still talking about Capricorn through the first house, a Capricorn through the second house, a Capricorn through the third, it's the same keywords. That's why knowing these keywords are extremely important. You have to know what the traits are of Capricorn energy. So on Capricorn days, you know what to do. You're not resisting or trying to fight or push against something that's obviously trying to get you to mature from an emotional perspective. Okay? It's trying to work on you. Hey, Crystal. You understand what I'm saying? So it's getting into that space, right? So today, everything that you're feeling today has everything to do with the Capricorn traits. And why? It's getting us prepared for what tomorrow's new moon in Aquarius is going to be doing, right? Because this is not only is it our first new moon of the year, it's a new moon that is the closest to us. I think it's been almost 1,000 years since we've had a moon this close. So give it up to the Aquarius is always trying to be extra. They got to be extra. And this is going to be an extra thing, right? But today is very important to how open you are to tomorrow. Okay, today is very important to that. So whatever resistance that you're feeling, whatever energy that's going on with you today, know that this is a space where the Capricorn part of you and the wrap up of the Capricorn, because now we are also officially in the Aquarius season, right? In the wrap up of this is realizing that this year is going to take way more discipline and way more structure than you've ever had in your life. But along with this, you're going to get way more than you've ever got in your life. This year right here, okay? Not next year, not 2 years from now, not 5. 2023 is going to render you every single thing that you want if you are willing to be disciplined, if you are willing to be structured, if you are willing to give yourself 1,000%, okay? So today's energy was just a flashback to the feelings somewhere in you that's letting you know that as of right now and as of tomorrow, things are changing. Things have changed, okay? There's a lot of things that is asking you to give up some of these old stories you've been telling, okay? So a lot of the resistance today was, again, remember I told you about that little girl or that little boy when you was younger that went through some of this heartbreak? That got to go too. We got to let those stories go. Because if you keep replaying these same stories, it's not allowing you to really have the life that you say that you want. The life that you're dreaming about is caught up behind the stories you keep telling, okay? So some parts of today is reminding you that those stories have to be let go. Okay. We got to move into our future. And tomorrow is going to be a glimpse of that. So it's some of it's going to be a little bit of resistance, and some of it's going to be, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna pull up the chart associated with tomorrow in a minute. But do y'all have any questions as it relates to Capricorn Moon and how Capricorn Moon exists for you? Most of us in here. What, Crystal? What's your moon sign? Are you a Capricorn Moon? What's your moon?
Leo.
Leo. Okay. Well, good. All right. So no Capricorn Moons in class today. They definitely gonna be hounding me about watching this back though, because I know how they are. All I do is draw Capricorn Moons. Every love I've had has been Capricorn Moon. My child is even a Capricorn Moon. I asked her to come to class. She says no, she's hanging out with, her partner today. I'm like, okay, well, great, fine, whatever the case may be. But know that this energy, again, you don't have to have a Capricorn Moon in order to know how Capricorn exists for you. So where is Capricorn in y'all chart? Do y'all have any planets in Capricorn?
Mars.
Mars and Capricorn. Okay. Nobody else got planets?
I got Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune.
Okay. All in Cap. Leslie, you said you got Mars in Cap. All right. Sherry, what you got in Cap? Nothing? No planets?
No planets, only the 4th house.
Okay. 4th house in Cap. All right. What you got, Climax?
I'm still in the very infantile stages of this.
Okay. Do you have your chart pulled up with you?
I do.
Okay. Tell me what you see is beside Capricorn.
Okay. Let me go to
Besides your sun.
page 1 here. Midheaven.
Okay. 10th house.
My moon is in Aries.
Okay. And of course, sun is in Cap.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, this is your traits right here.
Okay.
What you're looking at. Okay. These are the traits of that placement. So when you're looking at the negative side is just what we mean by the dark side of it. So the dark side of the entity, when you're not facing it, dealing with it, you withdrawn from it. This is the way the Capricorn reacts. This is how the words that it used, okay, to get you to see that you need to work on something and deal with something. When you are working on it and you say yes to it and yes to the structure and yes to the discipline, then the positive traits, aka the light side of it, these are all the keywords that go along with it. These are all the things that you yourself call out when you feel like you are in alignment to your Capricorn placements. So no matter where Capricorn is in your chart, it has the same conversation. Okay. All of it is watching your time, being more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Not having expectations, dropping the expectations. What you do for people, let it go. They could never give you that back in return. Okay? So remembering these traits, even though we've moved out of Capricorn season, again, we are going to have a Capricorn moon in next month. So every month, this is going to be the Capricorn's conversation. Okay? Not only that, we got some other planets that's also in Capricorn right now. So let's go ahead and pull up the chart for tomorrow, right? So along with right now, the moon being in Capricorn, the other placement of Capricorn is Pluto, okay? This is the symbol right here, that little symbol right there. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit more. Get bigger, get bigger. Zoom out. Oh, wrong way. Zoom in. Okay. Zoom in again. Boom. All right. This little symbol right here is for Capricorn. Okay. So how you see that, what you're looking at is Capricorn energy. When you look at it in the chart, this is what the actual chart looks like. It looks like a bubble of 360 degrees and all this energy is inside of it. But if you take it out and lay it flat on the table, this is what you're looking at. So Pluto is in Capricorn right now. Pluto is our changer. If you want to know what Pluto energy is, then when we're looking at it, you're looking at it right here in this. Look at what the symbol is. It's this right here, right? This is Pluto right here. Okay. And notice it's right beside Capricorn energy. This is the whole 60 degrees, 30 degrees of Capricorn energy. And it's sitting right there. Okay. Pluto is the changer. Okay. Pluto is saying, hey, in order for us to get these things, we need to do some major transformations. Okay. That's what the conversation is. So that's why I said, in order for you to get whatever you want for 2023, you got to change. You got to give up something. Okay. Pluto is also our hidden secrets. Okay. It's also where we need to go to die. Okay. Not a physical death, but a spiritual / emotional death. Whatever your secrets are, whatever your stuff is in the closet, pull it out. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take you being very transparent and getting to give up the ghosts, give up all the energy that's been blocking you in the way. Okay. So not only is the Capricorn having the conversation there is also having the conversation right here in Mercury too, right? So are you talking about, or are you saying the things that it takes for you to get to where you're trying to go? Or are you speaking negative thought? Are you saying words that are blocking you? Because if you're saying things that's blocking you, then that's also a frustration to Capricorn. Capricorn is practical. Capricorn is logical. Capricorn is, what do we need to do to get this done? I'm ready. Okay. Because whatever it is, sign me up. Capricorn is the drill sergeant. It's going to boot camp. Everybody hates working out, but after 6 weeks, you're going to look great. Capricorn is the one that makes it happen. Okay. So your communication, the ways in which you speak is very important. Watch your words. You are manifesting at light speed. So even if you say something negative that goes against yourself, in that moment, right then, stop and say, you know what, universe, I was wrong. That's not what it is. This is really what it is. I do desire this. I don't want to keep writing this off for myself. I'm ready for it right now. Align me with the tools and the resources I need to get this right now. And watch what happens. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now we look at how this, again, this is the chart for tomorrow. So this is the new moon in Aquarius energy that is so close to us that we haven't had this energy this close to us in this whole, it's gonna be in 1 degree, right, of Aquarius. But we haven't had an energy this close in moon sign to us for almost 1,000 years, and won't have it again until another, 1400, I think it said. What I sent y'all in the email? Do I still have my email up? I want to say 1400. It said we'll experience it again. Wrong email. See what I gave y'all, because these numbers are very significant too.
The next time will be in another 1,337 years.
Exactly, right? So the last time this happened was 992 years ago is when this happened. That's important, okay? This is not something you be like, oh, it's just another new moon in Aquarius. No, wherever Aquarius is in your chart, you finna get a pinching, okay? As they say in the country, you finna get that little skin pinched when it comes down to tomorrow. Why? We're in the age of Aquarius. You have a responsibility. You've been fighting this responsibility for a very long time. Why? Because you are afraid of maintaining the success. That's why. Okay. But know that this energy is extremely important. I want y'all to do the numerology of this, right? So meaning I want you to go and type in 992 as an angel number. Okay. Go type in 345. Go type in 1337 and see what the energy report is for the numbers. Don't just look at numbers as, oh, that's just a random number. This ain't nothing random about astrology. Everything is very calculated. It's all math. Okay. So it's extremely important that you realize that tomorrow's energy, this wheel that we're looking at, is extremely important to some of the output that is going to take you for this year. All right. So we look at the fact we have a stellium in Aquarius. So it's not just the moon that's going to be in Aquarius tomorrow at 1 degree and 32 seconds. It's also going to be the sun that's going to be meeting that at 1 degree and 32 seconds. Along with that, Venus is still in Aquarius. It gets on every time Venus goes into Aquarius, it irritates me because my Venus is in Aquarius. Okay. So just know that that's what it is. It's a whole personal vendetta that I got. All right. But Venus is in Aquarius at 23 degrees. On top of it, Saturn is in Aquarius as well at 24 degrees. So this whole conversation tomorrow is all your Aquarius placements. Aquarius placements of what? Your sun, your moon, your emotions, as well as how you are loving in this age. And if you're in a relationship, deepen that love. Doing more and as it relates to that. Okay, thinking about the future as it relates to that. If you're not in a relationship, how does it look? What is the definition of this relationship for you? What do you need? And whatever it is that you say that you need, are you giving it to yourself? Or are you just literally out here trying to say, oh, I want this and that, but I don't possess that? No, you have to possess it too. That's what Saturn, this whole Saturn and Aquarius thing means. It's got to come from you. It's got to be a production from you first, a magnet from you, okay? It's also got to be true to your love perspective. It's got to be something that you truly do feel. It's got to be something that you know, your heart of heart, that you definitely are willing to be transparent about as well, okay? Because why? It's going to affect your emotions. So tomorrow, wherever your emotions are surrounding relationships, surrounding the Venus perspective, surrounding your discipline, know that tomorrow's conversation is about what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it go? Are you going to move into this next phase of your life in 2023, getting everything that you want? Are you going to leave this year coming out saying, oh, I should have did this, making excuses? Because it's going to be a hard year for you to make excuses. There is no more faking until you make it this year. That is over. You won't get that chance again to 2025. But the next 2 years, you're going to make it or break it. That's literally what that's going to be. Okay, so that means giving up these jobs that you don't want to be in, giving up these relationships that you don't want to be in, giving up a whole lot of things that you have been tolerant to is coming unglued. And you can thank Aquarius for that, because it's like rebellion on all levels. It's like, I'm not doing this no more. I cannot do this no more. It is affecting me. And it is. It's been affecting you for a very long time, but now you see the physical effects of it starting to affect your body, affect your heart, how your heart moves, how your mind wants to, process these things and what it wants to actually bring in as well. All of this is being affected by that. So tomorrow, look at things, because the symbolism of this is that it's close than it's ever been. Then let's look at this, at what Spirit is actually saying. That means the vision of this is coming so close that you can't miss it. You can't say, I didn't see it, I didn't know. No, it's going to be real apparent in your face. It's going to be real right here. I don't want to deal with this kind of stuff, right? It's in your face. But along with this, understand that it's because Jupiter in Aries and Aquarius love each other, okay? It's a love affair, play fest all day. And Jupiter is saying this year, I want to play. Jupiter in Aries is ready to blow up the energy that you need to make these things happen, but not before you decide what has to go. You have to let it go. You got to create space for it, okay? So tomorrow's full moon energy is going to be a perfect day to journal, okay? Sit down and write. Work on your spring. Work on the things that you need to release for this year. What are some of the things that you have had on the back burner for at least the last 5 years that need to come out now? What have you been working on? What needs to be something that is, and most of us can say, oh, well, that's relationship, or having something that's a little bit more grounded and foundational. That's fine. It could be a relationship. It can also be career. It can also be your creative talents, right? It could be multiple things. Think about it from the Aquarius perspective. Think about it from the fact of it's something that it allows you to escape and allows you to get things done too. What has that been? What are you not doing? Because whatever it is tomorrow, you need to have a conversation. You need to meet your maker with it and decide how you're going to move forward with it. You don't have to literally do it now. You just have to make a decision. That's all. Make a decision tomorrow so that by the time the Aries energy comes in really strong and Jupiter comes in this energy really strong, you will have the space and the capacity to do that. Okay? So that's the energy that's going to be really, really ramping up for tomorrow. Give up the cycles of abandonment, okay? Give up the cycles of heartbreak. Give up the cycles of not trusting yourself. This is also going to be a year where your intuition and you trusting your intuition more than you ever have is also going to be a topic of conversation, okay? Your breath work is going to be the topic of conversation, okay? Meaning breathing more. When you start to feel the levels of anxiety and the stress and stuff that's going on at this point in time, you should know that if you take 3 deep breaths, it's going to ground you. Start to use your tools. Because if you use your tools, it's going to be easier for you to say, I release these cycles and I release these things. Okay? Y'all got me? Y'all got any questions about the chart tomorrow?
Do you have a suggestion for, because of course, you know, whenever you look at angel numbers, a million different sites and interpretations and whatever comes up. Do you have anywhere to direct or?
I said look at them all. I think the one that I look at the most may be what is her name? Doreen. What is the latest name, Leslie?
Doreen Virtue.
Yes. That's the lady who I look at the most. But I love the process of mentally eliminating things. So what I mean is I'll go on Google and I'll ask a question, and out of those 10 articles that pop up, I go in and go out, go in and go out. I go in and be like, I agree with this. This resonates with me. This doesn't. Boom, go to the next one. This resonates with me. That doesn't. And I start to compile all the things that resonate with me, right? Because that's the only part of it that's for you. The part that you don't resonate with is not for you.
Gotcha.
What kind of just, oh Jesus, where did the bug go? I'm gonna die. Okay, I think I got it. Y'all watching me in real time in Mexico, dealing with bugs, okay? And I'm trying to figure out where I got your clothes. I gotta walk through my house and see what's going on. But yes, so look at the numerology of it, study. So your homework is going to be for tonight, right? Is to study your Capricorn placements, okay? Know where your Capricorn placements are. Know that every time you have a Capricorn full or Capricorn moon, that these are the placements that's going to get the energy, the parts of you that's going to get some type of effect when the moon is in Capricorn are your Capricorn placements. And again, it happens every month. So when people act like they don't have the time to work on stuff, I'm like, you get several times and several opportunities a month to work on yourself. You just resisting to doing it. Okay, so the next Capricorn energy that's going to show up in February, your job is to work your Capricorn placements. Now we're going to talk about the Capricorn moon sign for next month, right? So people who got the Capricorn moon signs, they can study in that. But again, we are affected by all the moon phases. Your job is to realize that your moon sign is your power days, but all these other moon signs are also affecting you as well. So start to journal. Journal the keywords that make you feel on a certain day. So that's the first thing, right? Second thing is go and look up those numbers, right? The numbers that go along with the moon's perspective for tomorrow, meaning like what is 997, 995? I'm so terrible with numbers. Or the 1334. All the numbers that we pulled up, right, is in your email. And I just put it up a second ago, so it's going to be in this playback as well. Go and look up those numbers too and see what resonates with you on top of it. The other part of it is because we are now officially in Aquarius season and we're going to have our our Aquarius classes coming up. Your job is to go ahead and start studying your Aquarius placements. Happy birthday to all the Aquariuses, okay? Your time starts now, okay? Your energy starts right now. Starts what? Working on those things, especially because we have a stellium in the placements of Capricorn tomorrow. So not only is your Aquarius placement getting one hit, it's getting four. It's getting 4 knocks on the door tomorrow saying, hey, can we have an Aquarius conversation? Your job is to sit down and say, yeah, we can have this Aquarius conversation, even though I don't want to have it. I feel very rebellious about this right now. I also understand that the other quality that goes along with Aquarius, just like Capricorn, is Saturn. Okay. Saturn governs Capricorn and Saturn governs Aquarius. So it's the same conversation. Same conversation, but only when it comes down to how you're going to then allow yourself to do what you need to do in this age. How do the energy that you're bringing forward, how is this going to affect the future? It is, whether you know it or not. Your presence in this realm right now is affecting the future. You have a responsibility to do. Okay? Study your Aquarius tomorrow, energy tomorrow. Journal tomorrow. Okay, write down the energy that's coming up for you tomorrow. Write down the things that you're feeling. Also write down the spaces where you have Aquarius in your chart. Everybody tell me right now, where's Aquarius in your chart? Mine's in Venus in the 7th house.
It's an 11 and 12.
11 and 12th house. And you got any planets or no planets? Just all in the houses?
It's just all in the house.
Okay, so 11 and 12th house. So that's some friendship energy. And some of y'all who may have this Aquarius energy showing up in your 11th house, it definitely is going to have something to do with your friendships. Okay, some of y'all are changing friends out. Okay, let them go. We don't have to fight. I know this is definitely in your 11th house. So some of them friendships that you holding space for, baby, you gotta know holding space. They taking up room. Okay, because the Aquarius energy also deals with friendships. So because it deals with friendships, depending on where it is in your chart, is also going to bring some of that energy to light. All right. Where's yours, Sherry?
5th house.
5th house. So yours is the stage, right? So this is a stage conversation. You coming out of hiding and getting back out there. We've been having this conversation for the last 4 months. Time for you to get out. Okay. Where is yours at climax?
Aquarius and Venus, 10th house.
Yep. So this is it's time for you to do what you came here to do. Period. Stop playing the games. Put all the energy on them, baby. All full blaze ahead. No more. I'm not gonna spoon feed you no more. I'm gonna make you throw up. Okay. That's the 10th house. The 10th house is where we expect you to do exactly what that is. And because you got it in the 10th house, it's time. It's go time. So some parts of tomorrow is going to make you throw up because you've been holding again. You've been holding yourself hostage by playing it small. Okay. All right, Crystal, I know it's in the sun. Where else?
Mercury in 7th and 8th.
All right. Mercury, communication. 7, relationships. 8, change. So what are we talking about? What's the conversation of our relationships? What's the conversation of our relations? Right? Don't be looking like that. What you got your face all squished to the side for? What are we talking about when it comes down to relationships? How are we willing to change and morph for this energy? Are you ready for a relationship? Are you ready to put yourself deeper into the relationship dynamics? Okay, you and I both know what you already dealing with and what you have had to deal with, but this can all change right now. All based on if you are ready for it. But you got to let go of the past. You got to let go of some of the relationship issues in the past and how they have stifled some of those things. Okay. Now you and I had our reading, so I already know what this is, but it's being open, right? Being open to how love shows up. Being open to what you have to do to acquire, to take care of yourself, which is to receive, Aquarius. Okay, stop out here doing everything and not taking nothing back, not receiving anything back in.
Woo, okay.
Tomorrow's conversations. These are all the conversations that you're going to have. Mine's, if you want to know what mine is, it's all Venus. It's all relationships. Okay. I have been divorced for so long. I crossed my eyes. Okay. But when it comes down to relationships, I am a poly woman with no primary partner. And that reason why I don't have a primary partner is because I have not allowed myself to have one. I haven't allowed myself to have one because I've told myself that they are trouble. They get in my way. They frustrate me. I can do this alone. I don't have to do it with nobody. But that's not what I really do desire. I desire to have a primary partner and other partners. Okay? I desire to have this and not just my long distance ones. You feel what I'm saying? But I got to be open to this. I got to see what this looks like for me. I got to spend some time tomorrow crying and purging from the last time I let myself be so close in proximity with somebody that I had to see them every day. I don't think I want that no more. You going to be in the bed every day? I don't know. I don't know about this. I love my bed to myself. All these are things that I have to be willing to say. Am I willing to let go of for this idea? And if I'm not, what does it look like? Because this is the year for me to make that happen. Okay. So I'm not exempt from this. None of us are exempt from this. I don't care how much you know astrology, how much you know numerology, none of the, you knowing the tools don't make you exempt. Okay. If anything, it makes you more responsible to get these things done. So tomorrow is going to feel two ways. It's going to feel like you're ready, but it's also going to feel like it's pressure. Your job is to take that pressure and create diamonds. Study yourself. Know what it is that you want for this year and say yes to it. But at the same time, where the resistance shows up, say, I'm giving up the resistance. I no longer want to live in this. Tomorrow is a day for a clean slate. You can walk out of this tomorrow on Sunday and into Monday feeling like your life is brand new. Or you can walk into next week feeling like you are in the same shit that you've been in for the last 5 years. That's all on you. Okay? Any questions?
I do. We didn't do my Aquarius in the 12th, and that's intuition and shit. So I'm a little lost as where I'm supposed to go.
It's karma. Okay. It's the karmic releasing. Anything that you have in the 12th is where you feel stuck. Okay. So you got the energy in the 12th house. This is where you are caught in your own creativity, your own mindset. You are stuck because that's where you are choosing to be stuck. Again, Aquarius likes to hide. It likes to hide from things. Am I right, Crystal? Okay, see that? Aquarius likes to hide, okay? And because it likes to hide, it's the polar opposite to Leo. Leo is the shine. Aquarius is, I'm going to hide. Y'all going to do all that. I'm going to sit back over here in the cut with myself. So a lot of the energy in the 12th house is saying where you are resisting to come out of there. You are choosing to hide from your destiny. So you got to break up with that. You got to break up with the karmic energy of the women before you who decided that they did not want to do this and they have been running from all the magic that you and I talk about all the time. All the magic energy has been abandoned. It's your choice. It's your choice to reactivate this and come full force with this business. What are you going to do with this business and this brand? I know you didn't want me to say it. That's why you sit there just about, won't you tell me what it is? You already know what the fuck it is, but I'll go ahead and call you out anyway. I'll go ahead and tell you, what are you going to do with this fucking business? Are you passionate about it? Yes. So why are you hiding about it? Why do you hide from your gifts and talents when it comes down to the things that you know you are responsible for?
Okay, so I spent all day yesterday crying about that shit, and so now here we go again. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. At least you know you're in alignment to it. You know why it's showing up. It's no guesswork. It's purging you so that you can get out of your own way. So it's not going to feel comfortable. I'm telling y'all, tomorrow and Sunday, come into Sunday, going to start to feel a little bit better. But tomorrow not going to feel 100% comfortable because what's going to show up for y'all tomorrow, all of us, is where we have been resisting ourselves, where we have been hiding and sabotaging and saying, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that or whatever the excuses that we have been giving ourselves. I got other people I got to worry about. I got my kids. I got my job. I got all this stuff. Excuses. Why? Because you are afraid to maintain your success. Maintaining success is way more scary than getting there. Okay. And that's why a lot of people don't even go towards their dreams, because what if I do get my dream? And then what if I lose it because I don't know what I'm doing? Or I lose it because I don't really know how to process it? Or if I don't have the help? Or what if I don't have the money and the resources? All of these are fear tactics inside of you that have been bred inside of you because the bloodline has done the same thing. If we went back into your bloodline and we pulled up the last 3 generations and pulled up all their gifts and talents, you'll see it's the same shit that you got right now. The difference is they chose to sacrifice and not do it. So now it's double down on you. Now you feel extra pressure because your grandmama, your great grandmama decided not to do the work because she had to make sure that y'all just survived. That's what she had to work on. But you don't have those same struggles. You don't have them. You just have the energy of the struggles, but you don't have them. Okay? Y'all got me?
As it was so eloquently put to me not too long ago, keeping the baby alive. It's easy to have a baby, and these things that we love so much, that we are so passionate about, that we are holding so close to us, are our babies.
That's right. They are. But you got to nurture the baby. You got to let the baby grow up.
Yeah.
You can't just keep holding and titty feeding the baby and don't burp it. The baby's going to explode if you just keep feeding it, not burp it. Okay? So maintaining the baby has a lot to do about where you are in your spirit. Okay? What you allow yourself to have, because you're going to be taken care of is already guaranteed. It's already written into your chart. I could show each and every one of you in your chart where what it is that you want for life is already guaranteed to happen. The only difference is you have to actually move your hands and body to get there. You have to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's outside of that, it's just a picture. Outside of it, it's just something that you see. But again, this is the reason why us taking a whole year to study moon signs is so important, because most of the things that stop us from actually going towards it is the emotions that we don't face. We don't want to face it. We push them to the side. I'll deal with it later. You got to deal with it now. And I'm talking about today. All the promises you said, I'll deal with that later. Guess what? Later is today. It's right now, right in this moment. So purge, release, cry, write letters, you know what I'm saying? Study, call things up. Don't let this moment and this energy pass without you releasing the things that have caused the bloodline the issue. It ain't just you. See, what you're dealing with is not singular. It's generational. So when you realize it's generational, you can see why it feels like it feels. It feels that heavy because nobody before you had the fortitude to say, I'm going to do it. So it's okay. However it feels, let the feeling come over you so you'll know how to accept yourself, okay? And how to get this done. But study, journal, okay? You don't have to produce anything. I'm not asking y'all to produce anything. I'm asking you to feel. I'm asking for you to get into a level of clarity with yourself so that when this spring happens, you'll know exactly where to go. Use this energy. Use January, February, and March. And even though we're going to talk again next month, use January, February, and March to purge. Okay, let some things go. Get more detailed in what it is that you want to happen, no matter what it is, or no matter what front. I don't even care if it feels like a struggle to you right now. See through the struggle. See past that. See into the future. That's one of the things I love about Aquarius, because it's always in the future. See into the future. What happens when you move past this? What's on the other side of the struggle and the energy that you feel right now? Triumph. You getting everything that you want. This is a part of it. Okay? Any questions? Nope. Good. Good. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the share. Turn this off. Hold on. Boom. Boom. And boom. All right. So yes. So study, study, study. Y'all will get the playback in the morning after it renders and do all that kind of stuff. And then if y'all have any questions as y'all are working through the cycles tomorrow, because y'all can watch this back tomorrow, do your homework tomorrow, do your journaling, do the things you need to do. If you watch it back and you realize there are some questions, there are some things that you need, more resources, more tools, right? Because by this time you should already have time passages on your phone. So that should be one tool. You should also be using Astrology Yard for just basic definitions of things if you need it. And I gave y'all another tool tonight, which is Moonseek, right? Moonseek is for you to get on top of your moon study and practice. It's going to let you know where the moons are every single day and the energy that goes along with it. So these are your 3 studying tools that you're going to dig into for tonight/tomorrow, okay? Until we have our next moon sign class next month. Now we're going to have an Aquarius class about the month of Aquarius. So that means the full moon in Leo, along with the new moon energy that we're talking about now. That's going to be the next class. We're going to be combining those classes together. All right. So again, purge, study, write, plan, get detailed is all y'all have to do. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, I love y'all. That's all I got for you tonight. So it wasn't gonna be a long class. Just want to come in, check in, make sure we are staying on top of the things that we're being requested to do so that we can have, again, the best year ever. All right. So I will see y'all in the next class. You'll get your links or whatever. And if you have any question, I don't care what it is, make sure y'all hit me up and let me know. Okay.
Will do.
Sorry, hug.
Thank you very much.
Love ya.
Love y'all too. Happy Aquarius season, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. What'd you say, Leslie?
Uh
Bye.